Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oshina. It is so good to be here. I haven't filmed a sit down video or any video in a very long time, it feels like. And today is going to be very exciting. Hopefully it's going to be a long one, so buckle up because I'm going to talk about all of the new releases coming out in the summer season that I'm excited about, that I hope I'm going to read soon-ish. And then I'm also going to share my summer TBR. So this is a summer video, very excited about that, and I just want to say thank you guys for being here on my channel. I am almost at 10k while I'm filming this. I hope that by the time you see this video that I have hit 10k, but either way, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, and yeah, life is good. It's busy. As you know, I've been uploading only once a week for the past couple weeks, and I'm hoping that pretty soon here we can go back to twice a week. I just have been taking 2 condensed university courses at the same time. So it takes a lot of time and I just don't have the time to make more videos while I'm doing that, plus working full time. So all the things, it's okay. I'm excited to share these books with you. I'm going to write them all down below with their release date that I find on Goodreads. And then I'll read a little bit of the description as well. And then I'll share my TBR, and that's going to be the video. So very excited to share all of this, you guys. Let's dive in. So starting with the new releases, I wrote down books that I think I'll actually read. So there may be some other ones that I'm like, oh, curious, but I don't think I'll actually read them anytime soon. So I tried to pick ones that are like actually on my TBR as well, because this is just like one big summer TBR video, but hopefully there also are some releases here that you might not know about that you might be interested in as well. First one is The Love Haters by Katherine Center. So I am curious about this one. I didn't love her last year's book, The Rom-Commers. I don't know much about this one. I've heard mixed reviews on it so far, but I still definitely want to read it. I really like her writing style, and I like that she writes clean, closed-door books. There will be some language in her books, but they're always closed door, which I appreciate, and I think she's going to continue doing that. I will read just a couple lines. Katie Vaughn has been burned by love in the past. Now she may be lighting her career on fire. She has 2 choices. Wait to get laid off from her job as a video producer, or at her coworker Cole's request, take a career-making gig profiling Tom Hutchison, a Coast Guard rescue swimmer in Key West. The catch? Katie's not exactly qualified. She can't swim, but fakes it if she can. Fakes it that she can. Plus, Cole is Hutch's brother, and they don't get along. Next stop, Paradise. Okay, see, that sounds fun. Yeah, I guess I haven't heard any raving reviews about it yet, but I think it just recently came out, right? Or when does it come out? May 20th. Okay, yeah, so it's been out for a bit, and it has mostly 4-star reviews on Goodreads so far, so not bad, and we'll see how I like it. Okay, next up is The Keeper by Charles Martin. This is actually the 4th book in the Murphy Shepherd series, and I've read the first 3 books, and all of the books are 3 or 4 stars for me, but his writing style and the audiobooks in particular are really good, and it's kind of like watching a movie. All 3 books like kind of flow together really well. So I'm curious about this one. It's been a while since any Murphy Shepherd book has been out. So I think I remember enough to be able to just dive into this one. I don't actually remember how the series ended or how the 3rd one ended, but hopefully he does a bit of a recap here. So yeah, The Keeper, it's book 4, so it'll be a bit spoilery, but yeah, I'll just go with the general premise of what the Murphy Shepherd series is about. So Murphy Shepherd is a guy who kind of is undercover trying to save women from trafficking, and he does it in like the Florida Key West area. So that's kind of what it's about. Like, you follow him trying to save these girls, and there's like a little bit of romance, and it's very like thought-provoking, and there's not explicit faith content in it, but it is very rooted in like Christian values, and I really enjoyed them. Like, they're not standout because like the story overall is a little bit like far-fetched and maybe a slow at parts as well, and then also uncomfortable at times. So like there's a lot of things kind of going on, but still his storytelling and the narrator of the audiobooks are really good. So I am on hold for this book in the library, so I do hope that I can read it pretty soon here. Okay, next is If All Else Sails by Emma St. Clair. Very excited about this one. I did get approved for the ebook ARC, so I'll be able to read it before the release date. It releases in August 5th. But this one I have high hopes for. I've seen pretty good reviews for it so far. It's an enemies to lovers romance. School nurse Josie and her brother's best friend, hockey player Wyatt Jacobs, are tricked into spending a summer together that's anything but smooth sailing. So that's all I need to know. I know that Emma St. Clair has solid writing and it'll be clean and funny, and I definitely want to read this one. So it's nice because it's traditionally published, so hopefully it's more accessible. Hopefully you can get it through your library. I'm going to request that my library gets it in too, so we'll see. And then quickly I will mention It's a Love Story by Annabel Monaghan because it came out May 27th, I'm pretty sure, so it's already out. And I've heard very mixed reviews on this book so far, and I do plan to still read it, but I don't have high hopes that I'm gonna like it. And then there's an account that I follow on Instagram who like will put spice ratings and stuff on books, and it said there was one open door scene with mild details. So that's upsetting because her previous books have all been closed door. So yeah, I'm gonna see. I don't know. I mean, open door scene means it's an open door scene, but I may still give it a go. We'll see. But that's a letdown. So if the first couple chapters don't, excite me, then I probably just won't read it, but there you go. So now on to the TBR. I have a lot of exciting books here. I need you guys to tell me if these books are good and if I should prioritize them. There's some that I don't know anything about, and then there's some that I've had on my TBR for a long time. So the first book is The Perfect Couple by Elin Hilderbrand. So this book, well, this author, I've never read anything from her, but she has so many books and she's fairly popular. And I know The Perfect Couple became either a Netflix TV series. There you go. So this I got from the library, and I do have the audiobook for this book as well. It's pretty thick. I didn't know that it was going to be that thick, but I might want to try it because it feels very summery. Like, look at them on the beach there. And so let me know. I don't know if she writes closed door. I don't know how much language she puts in her books. I have no idea what kind of content her books have. So if it's not that good, then let me know and I will skip it. But I have this book and I'm curious about it enough to put it on my summer TBR, so we'll see what happens. Okay, then I've been waiting for the audiobook for this book for like a very long time. It's Chasing Fireflies by Charles Martin. So I've been, on hold for the audiobook for a long time. I really want to listen to the audiobook for his books because they're really good. Most of the time, whatever male narrator he gets is just very good at reading stories. And most all of his books that I've read have a male main character, which is also kind of refreshing. I read a lot of female main character perspectives and not a lot of male. So yeah, this is a male perspective. Oh, I didn't really talk about what The Perfect Couple is about. It's a murder mystery. It's a Nantucket wedding, and then someone turns up dead. The maid of honor is discovered dead. So sad. So that's that. And then for this one, it follows a guy named Chase Walker, and he's trying to figure out who he is, it sounds like. He doesn't know his real name, so he must have like been abandoned as a child or something. And it says a haunting story about fishing, baseball, home cooking, and other matters of life and death. So yeah, his books are always super deep, and I'm ready to dive into this one finally. So I'm waiting for that audiobook. Okay, next, I want to reread Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. I have read this so long ago, and it's still like an all-time favorite 5-star read because I still like can remember vividly scenes from this book, but I want to read it again. So Patreon, you might see this pop up in a poll pretty soon here, which maybe it's already been up, I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be one of my options for my July buddy read with my patrons because I think it'd be so fun to read it with other people. But if not, I think I'll read it anyways because I just miss Francine Rivers' writing. So this has a bit of a dual timeline, but not quite at the same time. So let me explain. So you follow this pastor and he's out on a walk. He has a wife and a son already. He's out on a walk and he hears a baby crying under a bridge. He rescues this baby, doesn't know where it came from. And his wife has like a health issue. So it's not really great that she takes on another child, but they take care of her until they can find another family. But it takes, I think, years for them to find another family to take the girl, and the girl like doesn't want to leave, so she feels abandoned by the pastor and the wife, but they're like truly like, our health can't handle another baby child, so she ends up going with a different family, and you follow like kind of her story but then also the son's story because there's like a love story there between them, and it's really good. It's really good. It has similar vibes to like Redeeming Love, where it's like, redemption of a girl that went down a dark path. And it's really good. It definitely has trigger warnings though, so beware of that. I think it follows like Hollywood as well. She gets into Hollywood. I don't know if she's like a singer or an actress, but either way. Okay, I need to read The Voice We Find by Nicole Deese, you guys. I know I'm gonna love it. I really hope that I love it. And it's longer, and I just don't want to have to like skim read it or rush it or at all, whatever. So I've been putting it off until my classes are done because I just really want to like soak it in. So it'll be perfect for July for me to just like sit and read this book. I've heard amazing things. It follows audiobooking. This girl starts audiobooking, and that's all I'm gonna say. I've heard amazing reviews for this book though. Like a lot of my friends love it. I've only seen good things. So I really hope that I love it too. 14 minutes. Next, I want to read Beauty and the Beach by Gracie Ruth Mitchell. This book was a gift from a subscriber and friend, and it's obviously beach coated and summer coated, so I definitely have to read it. And this is a marriage of convenience story. So I'm excited about that. I think the guy is he law enforcement? No, he's not. Okay, so for the guy to inherit his grandmother's inheritance, he has to be married, and the grandma is like slowly dying apparently, so he just marries this girl at a convenience, but then the grandmother, I think it says she like miraculously is fine now. Yeah, a recovery, leaving them stuck indefinitely in this charade of holy matrimony. Yeah, and the girl wants to, I think, because she like loses all her money or something. It's definitely a little bit of like enemies to lovers but forced proximity, and I think it's gonna be really fun. I've never read from this author, but I've heard great things, so yeah, excited to get into this one. And then in one of my vlogs from May, I showed an unboxing of this book. It's called The Last Restaurant in Paris by Lily Graham. I got this in a blind date with a book, so I'll link the video down below that it is in. I'll have to dig for it, but yeah, and then I'll link the blind date with a book down below too if you want to get a blind date with a book. It's Canadian based, so that's exciting. But yeah, this is historical fiction, but it actually sounds really good, and I think I will like it. So I think it's like kind of dual timeline because you follow this woman, enemy occupied Paris in 1944, and she runs like a restaurant, and like German soldiers are like in it a lot and whatever. And then it says the windows are scratched. Wait. One night the restaurant closes its doors for the final time. In the morning, the windows are scratched with the words traitor and murderer, and the restaurant owner, Marianne, has disappeared without a trace. Years later, Marianne's granddaughter, Sabine, stands under the faded green awning of the restaurant left to her. When Sabine discovers the locals blamed her grandmother for the terrible tragedy that haunts the restaurant, she is ready to abandon her dark legacy. Then she finds a hidden passport with a picture of a woman who looks like her grandmother, but has a different name, and she knows there must be more to Marianne's story. So it just sounds good. Like that sounds like a good story actually. And I don't know, I have high hopes for this book. So I want to try to read it in the summer, even though it kind of gives me more like winter vibes, but I still, if I like want something historical, I'll probably go for this. Okay, then I've been meaning to read this book for like years now since I got it. It's Start With Me by Kara Isaac. This book, I think I'm gonna love it. I think it's gonna be a new like all-time favorite contemporary romance, but I keep putting off reading it. What's wrong with me? So this book, it's been 6 years. She's never forgotten him. He doesn't remember her. Lacey O'Connor is finally a sure thing for the promotions she's spent 10 years working for. But when a scandal rocks her firm, she finds herself on a collision course with the one person she has spent 6 years trying to forget, only to discover that he doesn't even remember her. Victor Carlyle has spent the last 3 years trying to convince his family he's no longer the playboy alcoholic who tore their life apart. When a company merger is announced with a US sister firm, he's presented with the perfect opportunity to prove he's changed, only to find himself falling for his competition and the one woman his family will never accept. Okay, that sounds great. So, see, I think it's gonna be great, and this is Christian fiction, so I think I'm gonna love it, so on the TBR. Okay, next, The Favorite Sister by Jessica Knoll. I found this in a little free library, and it's a thriller, and I just think it's funny to read thrillers about sisters, because I've read a few of them now, and they're always like entertaining, because they're kind of silly and funny, because I have a sister, and it's just like funny to see all the different kinds of sister dynamics there are. So, Brett and Kelly have always towed the line between supportive sisters and bitter rivals. Growing up, Brett was the problem child, living in the shadow of the brilliant and beautiful Kelly. In adulthood, all that has changed. Kelly is a struggling single mother, and Brett has skyrocketed to meteoric success that has been chronicled on a reality TV show called Gold Diggers. When Kelly manipulates her way onto the show and into Brett's world, Brett is wildly threatened. Kelly, and only Kelly, knows her younger sister's appalling secret, and one that could ruin her. Oh boy. So it sounds fun, but I don't know anything about this author. I don't know if there's like mega language or if it's clean or whatever, so we'll see, and I can just put it back in the little free library if I don't like it. Okay, next is Across the Ages by Gabrielle Meyer. Yes, this is book 4, right, to the Timeless series, and I am kind of enjoying like being a little bit a part of this hype world because everyone loves these books. There is such a hype community among Christians, but maybe among the secular space as well. I don't know if she's broken into the secular market yet, but I think these books would do well. I mean, there is a lot of faith content, so people would be clearly like, oh, she's pro-God. Okay. But still, Across the Ages. I don't know anything about it. Is this the one with the pirates? I think it's like pirates and maybe like the 1920s or something. But yeah, I probably will read it and make a reading vlog for it because it's just so fun to share my experience. And I'd be curious, I may announce when I'm starting it and see who wants to buddy read it. I know that I might buddy read it with Amanda because she hasn't read it yet either. And so maybe it'll be more like between friends, but if not, then I may just announce that I'm gonna read it. And if you guys want to buddy read it, then cool, we can do that. Because it's kind of tough, like if we're all at different spaces, if we're all on different books in the series, but if some of you have already read book 3, we can read book 4 together. That'd be fun. I think I don't know if there's an audiobook for this book. My library has random audiobooks and then randomly doesn't have an audiobook, so we'll have to see. But either way, it's very fun to read this and make predictions of which timeline the girl ends up picking. So I don't know anything about like who the girl is or if there's twins or what. There's always some kind of like twist in like the kind of storyline that you're following, but maybe it'll just be the fact like we're following pirates. That's like kind of cool. So okay, I want to do a couple quick summer recommendations as well because I love books about summer because I love summer. I love being on the beach. I love reading in the sunshine on my deck. I love sunbathing with a book. It's the best. So here are some summer books. Number 1, Rebel Summer by Cindy Steele, you guys. 5 stars. Love this book. And if you want like humor but depth, that's what Cindy Steele does so well. She writes deep characters that feel very unique and well fleshed out, and she gives them such a solid backstory that I care so deeply about them, and their motivations make sense for the kind of person that they are. And they get into funny situations, there's great banter, but then there's like bigger things happening that make the characters have to like really dig deep, and it kind of shows their character even more and the way the plot plays out. But it's like lighthearted at the same time. Like it's such a perfect blend. I can't speak highly enough about it. This one is set on a small little island, and it is part of the same series as, what is it called? Falling for Summer. Falling for Summer is the series name. All of these authors like contributed to this series. So Gracie Ruth Mitchell has a book, Cindy Steele has a book, and I want to read Cindy Steele's. Or no, I've read Cindy Steele's and I recommend it. Rebel Summer. It's very, very good. I don't own it, but I will someday. And yeah, highly recommend it. And then Real Love by Savannah Scott. I recently talked about this in a different video. This one is super summer as well because it's set on an island off the coast of LA, and it's a celebrity romance, and it's really cute. That's all I'll say, but check it out. And then lastly, I will recommend Captured in Frame by Laura Thomas. This one is fun because it's set in England and a little bit in Canada as well, but it's like kind of a romantic suspense where you follow this girl who moves from Canada to England, and fishy things are happening. She had a bad marriage with a guy who was no good, and he kind of left behind issues with people that are now trying to get her, and there's like, yeah, stuff happening, but then she meets a doctor man at church, and he has a little boy, and it's their romance. So what I loved about this book is the dialogue felt really realistic, and there wasn't like anything cheesy going on. It was just a really straightforward, easy to read mystery and romance, and I definitely recommend it. It had great faith content, and of course no language, only kissing, and it was really fun. I recommend it. So yeah, okay, those are all of the books that I'm going to talk about in this video. I haven't talked this much all in one go in a while. So yeah, I'm really glad to share this video with you guys. Again, I'll write all of the books down below, and I'm just happy to be here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it and you got something out of it, and I'll see you guys in my next one, you guys. Bye.